Well, that was fun, everyone. Whew! It was hard, but it was fun. Choose the harder path. It seems like that's a theme in my life. Doubling Pikes Peak, doubling the GoPro games, all these adventures I like to go on. So, at the end of the day, the young guns are getting faster. I just gotta say it. Actually, my brother and I were talking after the race. So fun to race alongside him for Pepe's face-off, and we haven't raced together in a while, so it's fun to share a starting line with him. And we were saying, like, as far as short races, not ultra running, but shorter trail races in Colorado, that is probably like a top, I don't know, 3, I would say, maybe 5, top 3 to 5 trail race collection of races in Colorado every year. Like, as far as competition level, it just keeps increasing and increase. Every year I've noticed it over the last 5 or 6 years. The times are getting faster, although I will say they altered the course just a little bit at the top of that first climb. Many of you racers out there probably noticed that. And so it was hard to compare times from past years. But guys are getting faster. So it was fun. It was very hard. I was expecting to do better. I was of myself expecting to do better. Now, you can't control the weather. You can't control, frankly, the course. A lot of times these courses are changing last minute, and you can't control the competition. You just can control your training, how you approach the race, and how you show up on the starting line. And I thought I was gonna do better, but guess what? But at the end of the day, like, here's a shot going up that first climb in the 20. So this is the 20K. So I did a 20K, and then I did Pepe's face-off. Okay, I'll talk briefly about both. As far as the 20K, it was just a train going up that mountain. And the guys, I felt strong. Didn't feel great, but I felt strong. I didn't feel like I was pushing too hard that first climb because I knew a 20K. So the 20K is a lapped course. So you do the first loop, you do it again. You just do it twice. So that, it's hard mentally. But it was so fun, beautiful out there, climbing up these mountain biking trails, which I gotta say are not made for trail running with respect to the grade. But they're banked nice for mountain bikers coming down the mountain. So that was nice as far as going up the mountain. But they're just fast. The guys are getting faster. I was in 4th place at one point, but then eventually ended up, it looks like, in 10th place. All right, for the finish. So it is what it is. You don't just get discouraged. You get inspired. All right, I'm not letting it discourage me. And in the moment, you're like, is this the end? Is this the end of my racing? But it's not. It just takes a moment to process what's going on around you. And it's been a good training block, but I always do better after a solid summer of training in the high country. So I'm excited to get back to the high country, get back to the altitude, and get back to where I know my fitness really starts to increase and excel. This race is always in early June, so it's always a little bit early in the racing calendar. But at the end of the day, tip of the cap to all the racers out there. They crushed it. I definitely won my age division because there was nobody else above the age of 34 as far as in that top 10 area. And I think the winner was 27. So he's got a little time on me, but it's inspiring, sir. I think his name is Mason. So Mason, tip of the cap to you. But he's inspiring me to keep working, keep fighting, and not give up. So that was a 20K, 10th place, beautiful course. Oh yeah, I will say, I said on Strava, I don't have my phone with me out here. I said on Strava today, this has got to be my top 3 or 4 most sore I've ever been in my life, as far as my legs. I am so sore. It's up and down, fast downhill, sharp turns because it's on a mountain biking course for some of it. So it's banked and you're just like rolling down the mountain. So I am very, very, very sore. And actually, question of the day before we proceed to Pepe's is, what race in your area have you noticed in the last 5 years, maybe the last 10 years, maybe the last 20 years, where the competition is ramping up? okay? This is definitely one of them. Now, there's really good prize money at the GoPro games. So I think that is drawing more and more youngsters to the mountains for this race. So it was good. It was a good day. Of course, the family. That was so fun to have the boys there filming and cheering and true love there. But Pepe's, my first time. It's a lapped course. It's who can get the most laps in 30 minutes. And it takes about 5 minutes a lap, roughly. And you go straight up this. It is 45 degrees. And this shot from Joseph on the side and then also from the drone, I think gives a pretty good perspective of what we're talking about here. Now, of course, there was one other guy, I think, maybe two, but I think one other guy I saw who did the 20K and then did Pepe's. Trust me, I could have just stayed in the pool the rest of the day. My legs were barking, and Joseph, my brother, and I were doing the warm-up after the pool session, and my heart rate was through the roof. Like I was struggling to carry a conversation.
Not so good. I don't know. I mean, I felt strong, but man, everyone's getting faster.
Yeah.
I think I was ninth.
Usually, it was like 135, 140, just for a nice, easy 9 minute a mile jog up in Vale for the warm up. So I knew it was going to be very hard, but it was more for the fun and frankly for the family to be able to see me run by like 6 times. So I got 6 laps in, and it was my first time doing Pepe's. I'm very tempted. So I got 9th in Pepe's. I do believe it was 9th. So, whatever. That's not what I was hoping for. But at the end of the day, you don't really go do a 20K and then 3 hours later go do Pepe's. You just don't do that. But I wanted to do it, choose the hard path, and then learn for next year. Because guess what? I'm slightly inspired to either do the 10K next year or just Pepe's. Okay, I'm leaning toward maybe just Pepe's and, top fitness, strong legs, and just see what we can do. Obviously, so at least one DeMoor was holding down the podium. All right, shout out to my brother Joseph. He took 3rd in Pepe's, and so he had a great race out there. But it is gnarly. And so you go up the steep part, and then you go down like a trail that you can see the footage here on your screen. So it's not like you're running back down 45 degrees, but you're still running down, and then you just do this lap. And it's cool because the crowds are loud, and there's cameras and drones, and it's just good music. It's just a fun atmosphere for Pepe's. In case you want my heart rate was pegged at 172, 173, like every climb. I mean, I was maxed out, and my legs were just screaming at me. Mostly because of the 20K. But I don't regret doing both. It was so fun, and again, letting the boys, shake their, give them high fives, going by, giving them thumbs up. Like that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And so, not my greatest racing weekend by far. So it's time to get back to work. Time to be inspired by the youngsters out there pushing the pace, and I'm excited, man. Like it now, the training actually it's supposed to be in the 90s, basically for the rest of the week here in Colorado, which means goodbye snow. So it's now we go train, and I'll probably give you some hints very soon about an updated racing schedule, probably in the next 4 or 5 days, as far as what is on tap moving forward for the rest of the summer. Onward we go. Comment of the day, Mar runs slow 3815. Thank you for being a member for years and years and years. She says, getting the kids into videography. They loved filming Papa. Great family day. You're so right. And remember this clip?
You're tired.
I'm tired.
Let's go.
Yes, Micah. I was tired. I was very, very, he was like, Poppy, you're tired. He's like, and I was like, yep, yes, I am. He could see it in my face. Like, I wasn't moving very fast. Now, I think that was the last lap or second to last lap on Pepe's. So it was beautiful. Onward we go. We will toss it to, I made it. I made a GoPro playlist. Finally, there's at least 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe not. I don't even know how many videos of just GoPro videos. So if you like the GoPro Games events and you want to see old footage, it's pretty fun because there's racers who you race this weekend this past weekend who you were racing 5, 6, 7 years ago. So all of it right there. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.